The impossible 3D polyhedron is an interesting optical illusion, and it's also surprisingly simple to make. To get started, let's go to File, Document Properties, change the display units to pixels, uncheck Show Page Border, and close Document Properties. Now that we've set up our document, let's go and create a hexagon. Go to Create Stars and Polygons. Create a regular polygon with 6 sides. Set the rounded and randomized both to 0. Then come to your canvas, press and hold the Control key, and click and drag down with the angle at 90 degrees to create a hexagon. Then we want to come over to Select and Transform and press Ctrl D to duplicate the hexagon. And then in the Select and Transform toolbar, let's rotate the hexagon by 90 degrees. And then click and drag the new hexagon, the flat-based hexagon, down to the bottom corner of the original hexagon. You need to make sure you've got snapping enabled, so let's come over to Enable Snapping, Snap Paths, Nodes and Handles, and snap to cusp nodes including rectangle corners. And we'll also need to enable Snap to Rotation Center. First enable Snap to other points and then Snap to Items Rotation Center. We're going to need that later. And then once you've enabled snapping, you can come and snap the top right corner of the flat-based hexagon to the bottom corner of the original hexagon. Then I'm going to change the fill and stroke for this flat-based hexagon. So come to Object, Fill and Stroke, and change the fill to No Paint. And leave the stroke with something that looks like that. If you've got a hexagon that's about 465 pixels in height, then a 2 pixel stroke width should be okay. Then next, let's duplicate the flat-based hexagon. Press Ctrl D and click and drag the duplicate and snap the top left corner of the duplicate to the top right corner of the first flat-based one. Then Ctrl D to duplicate it again and snap the top left corner to the bottom right corner of the original first hexagon. And once we've got these 3 flat-based hexagons, what we want to do is use them as guides to create panels for our polyhedron. So let's come over to the Draw Bezier Curves and Straight Lines tool, and then starting at the top left corner of the first flat-based hexagon, click there when the X shows, when that crosshair shows, and click on the top right corner, which is the top left corner of the second one. Then bottom left, or that's middle left, sorry, and then top left to close. And then we're going to start again at the middle left here, middle left, bottom left, and close. So we've got 2 rhombuses or rhombi. Next, let's come and do the same here. Middle left, top left, and close. Middle left, bottom left, and close. Bottom left, bottom right, and close. Now we've got a set of panels. We can go ahead and remove all of the flat-based hexagons. So click on this one, press delete, This one, press the delete key, and the last one, press the delete key. And we'll have a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels. And click and drag over all of the panels to select them. And then I'm just going to increase the stroke width a bit. For mine, and set the stroke width at about 3.3 pixels. And then I'm also going to press Ctrl G to group them together into one object, like that. And next I'm going to come to Path Effects, and click Add Path Effect. And in the Path Effect search field, I'm going to press Rotate and select the Rotate Copies Path Effect. And when the path effect is enabled, you get this jumble of shapes here. Don't worry too much about it, we're getting there. We need to come to the path effect settings and make sure that we've got the method set as normal, the number of copies set to 6, and that should be it. Also rotation angle set to 60 degrees. Don't worry too much about the rest of the numbers for now. And then let's switch to the Edit Paths by Nodes tool, and you'll get this node shape with a 60-degree angle. You want to click on the leftmost part of the node and click and drag it to the center of the original hexagon and snap it on, and there is our toroidal polyhedron. Next, we're going to need to come over and switch to the Select and Transform Objects tool, and then back in the Path Effect, click on Split Elements, and then let's click and drag over the polyhedron, and then come to Path, Object to Path, and then press Ctrl Shift G to ungroup everything, and you should be able to edit the panels individually. So I'm just going to give them all a uniform fill. So I'm going to click and drag over everything and give them this shade of blue, and click on the side to deselect everything, and also click on the hexagon in the middle and press the delete key to remove it. And that's your basic 3D polyhedron, and you can do whatever you want with it. Give it different shades. For example, let's do shades of red here. I'm going to give this set of panels a dark shade of red. Let's use this color here, and then give these two sets a lighter shade of red, these a different shade, and lastly these. Like that. You can play around with it however you like. I hope you like this video, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them below, and if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe.